Hi, Mali. How are you?
Fine, thank you. And you?
I'm fine too. So let's start with our class. And today we're gonna talk about something pretty fun. We're gonna talk about things that you would do if some other things could happen. For example, what would you do if you went to the moon?
Mm, I will take Bifa to the moon and we will see if there are aliens or something like that.
Okay. And what would you do if you were stranded at sea?
Mm, I will swim to the board of the beach and I will look if there is someone who can help me.
Okay. What would you do if Pifa could speak?
I will talk to her and I will ask her some things like what her food tastes like.
Okay. And what do you think her food tastes like?
I think that her food tastes like sand or something like that because the little balls of the food are like something like sand.
Okay. They are like the texture is kind of grainy and sandy.
Yes.
And her food smells weird. So over here we have some ideas about things we're gonna discuss and talk about what would you do if these things came true or if these things happened. So first things first, what would you do if you could travel back in time?
I will earn money and while the time passes, like for example here, I will spend the money in some clothes or I don't know, in things for the house.
Okay, so you would fix the house.
Yes.
Okay, nice. And well, what would you do if you could travel into the future? So now it's the future and not in the past.
If I earn money, in the future I will buy another house and this will put it like in selling.
Okay, so you would sell this house.
Yes.
Nice. And okay, I don't know if you know this, but our grandma used to say that this house was kind of haunted because sometimes things moved around, and my mom says that too. So, what would you do if you saw a ghost here in the house?
I will run to my bedroom and I will close the door.
Okay, would you be scared?
Yes.
Okay, do you think there are ghosts in this house?
No.
Me neither. I've never seen anything happen. So this one has to do with what we're gonna be doing in a little bit. What would you do if you were the richest person alive?
I will give money to the person that are in the streets.
To the homeless people?
Yes.
Okay, that's very nice of you. Alright. Would you invest your money, for example, in like a business or in like a charity or something?
Yes.
Okay.
I will do a bakery and I will sell cakes.
You would sell cakes. Okay. Just cakes or donuts or other
Cakes,
kind of bread?
donuts, cupcakes.
Okay. Oh, that's nice. Okay, that's a nice idea. This one's an interesting one. Let's imagine for a second that Pifa turned into a dinosaur. What would you do if Pifa was a dinosaur?
In real, I will take her to the kitchen and I will close the door and I don't know what happened to her.
Okay. But what if she was lonely and she wanted to play?
But she will play with the food.
Okay. Well, she's too old now. I don't think she would want to play anyway. Let's see. Do you know 3D printers?
Yes.
Do you know what you can do with them?
We can print things like, I don't know, like a phone,
Okay.
like a computer.
Yes. Okay. So, what would you do if we had a 3D printer here at home? What would you print?
I will print new shoes.
New shoes, okay.
Yes.
Do you think they would be comfortable?
No.
Probably not. But at least they would look kind of good. Maybe. Let's see. Oh, this one's kind of cool. What would you do if you were a robot? What kind of robot would you want to be, first of all?
Mm, I want to be a robot that builds things.
Kind of like a 3D printer?
Yes.
Okay. And what would you do if you were this sort of robot that builds things?
I will build a little cubes, and I will, well, do like a castle with the cubes.
Okay, nice. So you will kind of build like bricks or
Yes.
something like that, kind of like Legos?
Yes, I will do a giant castle.
Okay. Oh, that's cool. All right. Let's see. So let's imagine for a second that you were a bird and you could fly like one. Where would you go? What would you do if you were a bird?
I will go to Six Flags, and I will. You if you fly, you don't have to pay the
entry?
entrance,
Yeah, that's true.
and I will get to Six Flags.
Okay. But you would still have to show them like your ticket to get on the rides, wouldn't you?
Mm,
So, I mean, yeah, you can go in, but you cannot ride anything.
I will buy the food, and
That's it.
yes.
You would just see the rides. Okay. Well, let's see. Oh, remember how we were talking about what if Pifa could talk?
Yes.
What would you do if all animals could talk, not just Pifa? Like Pifa, Isbisahi, like, I don't know, all of the animals.
I will be scared, and I don't know. I to the birds. Well, I can ask them what what feels flying.
What it feels like to fly. Okay. What do you think it feels like?
I well, for the birds, I think that it feels like swimming, but in the air with nothing.
Okay. Maybe. Do you think the birds would be good news reporters? Because, I mean, they can go anywhere and they can see everything.
Yes.
Okay. Would you be scared that Pifa would tell your mom your secrets or something? Hmm. What about the animals in the zoo? What do you think would happen to them if they could talk?
They will. I think that they will talk to the people and tell them that please give them money because the zoo doesn't give them food or something like that.
Okay, yeah, maybe. All right. Now, you know how this year people are going to vote for president, right? And everyone's talking about that. What would you do if you were the leader of the country, if you became president?
Mm, I will give money to the homeless people.
Okay, nice. What else would you do?
And I will also do like houses for the pets that are homeless.
Okay, you would build shelters. Okay, that's nice. Would you do any laws like to make life better for people?
Yes. Like for example, I don't know. Well, give them food to the homeless people, like do with the house and that, and the pay of the works. For example, if in your work you received 3 pesos, now you will receive 10 pesos.
Okay, so you would increase the salaries.
Yes.
Okay, that's nice. Nice. Okay. Let's see. Oh, this one's a creepy one. Do you like spiders?
No.
I like spiders, but still. What would you do if spiders could fly? Like flies or mosquitoes.
I will. If I see that one spider fly, I will kill it, or I don't know.
Would you run? Would you be scared?
Yes.
Okay. Do you think people would be scared of the flying spiders?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
If I am scared of a little one, imagine like one that flies.
What if it's like a little one that flies?
I also be scared because the ones that don't fly, like the normals, are normally, for me, the ones that have seen, they were like, and if they fly, they will be more fast.
They will be faster.
They will be faster.
Okay, well, maybe, yeah, like flies or mosquitoes or moths. Okay. Um. Okay, so let's see. What would you do if you forgot your own name?
I will ask to the people that know me that what's my name.
That's it.
Yes.
Simple as.
Yes.
Okay. And what if they look funny at you?
I don't think that my mom will be funny with me, and I will ask to her.
Okay. All right. Let's see. We're gonna do one final one. What would you do if you could travel anywhere? Like anywhere in the world or in the galaxy that
But
you
free?
liked? Yes, for free.
Well, I will travel to any places, and I will, for example, if I travel to India, I don't know, I will get things from India. Well, I will pay it. And that's it. And if I can go to other planet, I will get things of the other planet.
Okay.
And I will bring it to home.
Okay. All right. Would you sell the things that you get?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So you would make business. That's smart. Okay. Cool. So, for example, this that we are talking about is like a hypothetical situation because it's not something that is real. It's just something that we're imagining that could happen, but it's probably not gonna happen. At least not for now. So we already talked about this, like some examples. For example, I don't know, if animals could talk, I would probably, I don't know, have a chat with Pifa and, talk about things and reminisce of when she was a puppy and I was in middle school and all of that. Or if, I don't know, if I became the leader of our country, I think I would also make some laws to help people and give money to the people in need and all of that. So we have that, and we have those hypothetical situations or unreal situations. Now we are going to do a tiny reading that I have for you over here. Let me see where it is. Here it is. So I'm gonna ask you to read these over here, and we're going to discuss what the people in this reading says they would do if they rule the world.
Wait, I read the title?
Yes, please.
Reading. If I rule the world, read the text and do the exercises. Alan is 17. If I rule the world, I will increase the borders. We will live in a world without countries. If we don't have any countries, we won't have any wars. If I had enough money, I will spend it on education and new technologies. People will live in a better world. If every child could go to the university and learn about other cultures and traditions. I will also finance new scientific projects like Journey to Mars. Finally, the most important thing, if I ruled the world, I would forbid Justin Bieber.
Okay. Next one.
Bob, 41. I would do a lot of great things. If I ruled to the world, I would forbid men to cut down trees. If we don't respect the environment, we will have a lot of problems in the future. I will also give 1,000 1,000
euro
per month to every family in the world, because poverty is the enemy of number one of mankind. Finally, I will start great economic projects to help African continent.
Okay, and we have one last one.
Claire, 29. If I rule the world, I will get rid of the nuclear weapons. Those weapons are major danger for our peoples in the world. If I could, I will also protect more animals. Some of them will disappear if we don't do anything to help them. I will also try to find a new cure for every illness.
Okay, cool. Just remember, it's weapons. Weapons. Yes. Okay. Out of these ones that we read, which do you like the best?
The one of Claire.
Claire's. Okay. Do you agree with what she would do? Would
Yes.
you do the same thing?
Yes.
Okay. That's
Well,
nice.
the one of the weapons, I will not do it because only for the people, normal people, like the people that live that doesn't work like in the police. I will
The police.
the police. I will prohibit
Prohibit.
the use of the weapons, but the one and the polices or the people that will and that arrest the criminals, they will can use the weapons.
Okay. Like the military and the
Yes.
police and all of them. Okay.
Yes.
All right. All right. What do you think about Bob's idea? It was the one about the environment.
Yes.
What do you think about that?
I am agree with him.
You agree with him.
Yes.
Remember, we don't say I am. I agree.
I agree.
Yes. Okay. He would also give money to people, like to every people, like to every household. He says. Okay. What do you think about Alan's idea?
What are the word borders?
Borders are like, for example, the spaces between two countries. Like, for example, between Mexico and the U.S. There's like a line that separates every country. Sometimes, like in the case of Mexico and the U.S., it's like an actual fence. And sometimes, like the countries in Europe, it's like an imaginary line. Like it says, okay, so here's my territory and here's yours.
I am agree with him because
I
agree with him.
Yes.
Because I don't see any reason to separate the countries. Well,
Okay.
it's the earth.
Yes, it's the earth. Exactly. We all live here. Okay, cool. So now that we have talked about this, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna give you, oh my gosh, I'm gonna give you a piece of paper and a marker, and you can choose whatever color you like. Okay, and well, we're gonna imagine that you are going to enter a contest. Okay, so like a competition. In this contest, you can win up to $1 million if you convince the judges that what you want to do with your $1 million is like the coolest thing ever. So here's what we're gonna do. I want you to write some sentences, maybe like 10 sentences, about what you would do with your $1 million. Okay, we're gonna do that first, right? So, get started.
How many?
$1 million.
No, how many?
Oh, how many sentences? Let's do 10.
Nice.
That was Pifa, right?
Yes, that's what that. Yes.
I think she's dreaming.
Hi.
Sorry.
Yes.
It's cute wild koala.
Sorry.
Yes. Don't worry. There were 10, right?
Yes. you doing?
Yes.
Are you done? Okay, cool. You don't have to show me yet because I'm gonna be the judge of the contest, so I still can't see it. But here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna give you another piece of paper here, and for you to be able to win the $1 million, you have to present your ideas to me. But not all of your ideas, just your top 5. So out of the sentences that you just wrote, you're gonna pick the 5 you think are the best ideas that you got, and you're going to draw in this piece of paper like your 5 ideas, and then when you're done, you're gonna present your ideas to me.
Okay.
Okay?
I write the sentence and then the draw.
Just draw it, and when you present it, you're gonna tell me what the picture is all about. So here are the markers. You can use all of them if you want.
Okay.
So let's get to work. you doing?
I'm I'm good.
Okay.
I think. Well, it's
Are you almost done?
no.
Okay.
This is
Take your time.
this is like big work. I don't. I'm done.
Okay, cool. So now you're gonna present your ideas to me, and I'm
The-
gonna be like, you win or you don't win.
The 10?
No, just the
okay.
5 that you drew. You're gonna show me your drawing, and you're gonna explain what each drawing means.
Okay.
Okay.
This one it's like a bakery because the bakery, well, I will sell things like cupcakes, like donuts, cakes, and something like that, and I will increase money and that give me the second idea. The money that I have from the bakery, I will use it to construct houses for the homeless people.
Okay.
And I will well, in the house I broke a window.
Yes, you did.
That window.
I know.
So I will buy a new window.
Okay.
And then I will buy a capybara because the capybara is my favorite animal, and having a capybara will give me happiness.
Okay.
So I will be happy if I have a capybara.
Okay.
And well, the 5 idea is like giving dog, cats, or any animal a house.
Okay.
And that are my ideas.
Okay. I like them. Can you read me your other ideas as well?
Yes.
Now that I think about it.
Well, my first idea is if I won $1 million, I will create a bakery and sell cakes, cupcakes, and donuts to increase money.
Okay.
The other one is if I won $1 million, I will build houses for homeless people. Well, that's it. If I won $1 million, I will build houses for animals that live in the streets.
Okay.
5. If I won $1 million, I will buy new clothes. If I won $1 million, I will buy a new phone. 7. Well, I don't know in what number we are. If I won $1 million, I will buy a new house for me. If I won $1 million, I will buy other glass for the window that I broke. If I won $1 million, I will buy one capybara. If I won $1 million, I will buy a new TV because the one that we have, I think that it's small. And if I won $1 million, I will give part of my money to the homeless people.
Okay, that's very nice. Alright, so as a judge, I say you win $1 million.
Okay.
Here. Okay, so now let's talk about what we did, because we did something here. Did you pick up on it? What did we do?
We will do like ideas from the future.
Yes, we're talking about ideas from the future, ideas that of things that were not real. So do you know what this is called?
No.
It will.
No, second conditional. No, it wasn't.
It is a second conditional. The whole thing with using if and all of that is called a conditional. Now we know that a conditional is like a sentence in which we say that we're gonna have a result if a condition is met. That's why they are called conditionals. For example, if I say if it rains, the floor gets wet. That is like a conditional. The condition is for it to rain, and the result is the floor getting wet. That is one of the lower conditionals. That is actually the zero conditional. Now what we're doing here today of the zero conditional that we use with real things. Now what we're doing today is the second conditional, which we use for hypothetical situations. Now, this is how we do the second conditional. First, well, we know the usage is for imaginary situations, but only in the present or in the future. For example, if I say, if I won $1 million, like you just did, I would buy a new car. I am imagining something that would happen in the future if my condition of winning $1 million was met. Here's how we do it, like the structure that we follow. We always need to have if. Like this word is essential. We can never leave it like aside. In some cases, you can replace it by when or by unless, but usually it's just if. Then we need a past simple. Now this past simple, do you remember when I told you what clauses are?
Yes.
Clauses, just as a reminder, are like chunks of a sentence that have a verb. For example, if I say, I won $1 million, I buy a new car, those two are clauses because they have a verb, won and buy. For the conditionals, we always divide them into if clause, which always has the if, like here, obviously, and the main clause, which doesn't have the if, and this is usually the result. So for the second conditional, we have in the if clause, the past simple, any verb that we use is going to be in past, even if it is a verb to be. If it is a verb to be, you commonly would use were. For example, if I were you, I would quit smoking. In colloquial spoken English, people say if I was. That is like super common, but that doesn't mean that it's grammatically correct. So just use were. And in our main clause, we use the present conditional or would. Would plus our verb. For example, if I were the president, I would lower taxes. Can you help me with the next three sentences?
Yes. They will stay longer if they had more time.
Hmm?
If I won $1 million, I could stop working.
Hmm?
1, 2. If I had more free time, I could travel around the world.
Okay, perfect. So if you see here, we don't always have to start with the if clause. We can start with like the main clause, and that's fine. Just remember that we need the if clause as well.
Yes.
So otherwise it's going to be incomplete. And also, here we have the use of could instead of would. That is something that you can also do. You could say, if I won $1 million, I could quit working. Like, it's a possibility. We're still talking about like an unreal situation and an unreal possibility. So over here we have something else. Let me show you. And, well, it's basically what we have already said. The second conditional is used to talk about unreal situations in the present and future and their potential results. Like, the results are the important thing. To make a sentence, we need, obviously, my if clause, which is my condition, and my main clause, which is the result. As with all conditionals, these two sentences or these two clauses are divided by a comma. But remember that only happens if we start with the if clause. So if you, like you see here, if I won the lottery, comma, I would buy a big house. But if I did it the other way, I would buy a big house if I won the lottery. In that case, I don't really need to use a comma. The comma is only if we start with like the if clause. And, well, obviously, because we can do it both ways, the order of the clauses does not affect the meaning. If I start with the if clause or if I start with the main clause, they still mean the same. Alright? So, that being said, we have one last activity that we're going to be working on. And it's this one over here. So I'm going to lend you my computer for a sec so you can answer it. And if you see here, we have basically the same explanation that I just gave you. How we use it, we have like the structure over here in case you need help. And what are we going to do with this activity? we are going to fill the blanks with the correct form of the verbs. Now, remember that we need to use the contracted form of the verbs. For example, wouldn't, if it is negative, in case of not. Because if we don't do it like that, it's going to mark it as wrong. Okay? So I'll just give you a couple minutes for you to do this. So you can start.
In this, I can also use will.
Will, no, not will. Just would or could.
Ah.
Yes.
in this one, I have like, can I put like good flat, good like,
Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah, because otherwise it wouldn't make sense. If I would fly to London, yeah, that doesn't sound right. How are you doing? Are you almost done?
yes, I am in the number 10 and
How many are there? I think there are 12, right?
yes.
Okay, cool.
Great.
Okay, cool. So let's check what you did. So we go here, we say finish, and we check our answers. Okay, let's see. We did most of them correct, so let's see. First one. If I knew her name, I could maybe, but in this case would be would. I would tell you, like I would tell you, but I don't know her name, so I won't tell you. Then 2, 3, and 4, 3.5 were correct. So if you went to bed earlier, you
I miss
would, yes, you ate a letter.
Yes, I ate a little.
So you would be less tired. Okay. 5 is fine. And then 6, I wouldn't do. You forgot to add do. Yeah, I wouldn't do that if I were you. Okay, so remember, always add the verb as well, because it's not just wouldn't. You need to know wouldn't what.
Yes,
Like,
I knew the answer, but I missed to.
yes, you forgot to add
Yes.
the verb. Number 7 is fine, and then number 8, if I could fly to London, I would visit you. Oh wait,
That's correct.
it kind of is correct, but let's look at this way. So, what happens with the if clause? The if clause always goes with past of the verb. So instead of just adding could fly, it would be better to say if I flew to London, I could visit you, or I would visit you. Okay, so
Yeah.
verb in past without could. 9 and 10 are correct. Let's see what happened in number 11. If she, this has to be in past, right? So if she passed the exam, she could go or would go. Both are correct, but I think here it would be would. She would go to university. and number 12 is correct. Okay, good. So we have to keep practicing, but otherwise, I think the topic is pretty clear. What do you think? Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, perfect. So in that case, we are done with our class of the